back to Woodruff Woods. Hey, today I'm pretty excited because I think the channel is getting some recognition, and I want to share it with you. I was approached by a company called HiPa, who asked me if I'd be willing to test some of their products on my channel. It is not a sponsored video. It is simply, I'm free to say whatever I want to say about their products. Apparently they saw some of the things I was doing on this channel and felt I was somewhat mechanically inclined. Well, interestingly enough, in my toolbox, I had this. It is a HiPa toolkit for a 2-cycle engine, which I'll show you here in a minute. But I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope you'll stick around and see me fix this old lawnmower. What this is a bunch of different wrenches and tools for cleaning jets and so on, but it's a carburetor tool for a 2-stroke. And what I like about these is they're actually well marked. So if you see, I'll try to bring this closer. You can see this says splined. Obviously this is on top because this is the one I use for most Husqvarna chainsaws. And if you, this is going to be hard for you to see, but inside there are splines that fit right on the adjusters for your high and low jets. There's various types of tools within this. This one looks almost like a mini screwdriver. There's a hexagon. So really any tool that you would need to fix any of the most common 2-cycle engines. This lawnmower has been out of commission for a while. It probably suffers from a couple of things. I think certainly the ethanol gas problem, and it probably also just suffers from some old age. But what we're going to do is we're going to change this carburetor, which they've sent me another carburetor for this. It was actually very simple to tell them what kind of carburetor I needed. Right here on the lawnmower, if I can get in close enough, is a tag. And if you can see, that says LEV 100, that is the Tecumseh engine that's on here. So they use these engines actually in a lot of different things. So it's very hard to be very specific with them. You know, this was bought at a box store. I think it was called TC Farm and Country. It was bought out by Tractor Supply Company. So this thing's probably over 20 years old. I'm guessing maybe even close to 25 years old. And we're going to see if we can't get it running again with the parts supplied by HiPa. I believe this is the spark plug and the coil in this bag. This should be the carburetor. They've also sent us some gas line here, but in the carburetor kit is the full carb and all the necessary parts that you would need. And actually you can see there's even another spark plug in there. So we'll have to sort through this. There's another bulb here for priming the carburetor. So we'll get this all put together. I'm going to take you along for that. And, you know, if you're interested in the HiPa parts, you can actually reach them at their website. They have parts for Husqvarna, Steel, Echo, Honda, and probably many others. Also, you can find them on the Amazon store, and their Amazon store is here. You can see that now. And so pretty much if you're doing an engine repair, this is a inexpensive way to do this. And just to give you an idea, I was recently at a store where someone was having an engine repaired and they did a carb change. Actually just the job I'm doing here, and it was $175. So we're going to do this right now. Probably if you went to the HiPa store, you could do this for under $50. So to get things started, we're going to pop the air filter off. Oh, I did fail to mention, they did send me an air filter, but it is different than the one that this particular machine uses. And usually you just have to work these up off. They just hang there. And indeed, that is how that comes apart. There are actually 2 bolts back here. I'm going to get those off. I'll go in and out of time lapse here for you, just so you can see what I'm doing and not be bored to tears while I just unscrew things. So next we're taking these 2 bolts off, which will remove the carb. I may need to remove that muffler. And I think that is going to be my next move, is to remove this muffler. And this carburetor is now removed. Here's the new carburetor. We're going to put that on just the way we had the other one. Just so you know, there was a gasket right here. It looks like it's brand new, so I'm not going to mess with that. So I've got that loosely installed now. You know, the interesting thing with HiPa is they give you everything you need. And I'm going to try to show you. There's an inline fuel filter if I needed it. There's an extra one of these, which I definitely will hold on to because they do go bad. Various hose clamps for your fuel line, and a spark plug. So, and actually that gasket I just mentioned is right here. I'm going to pull this off. It does feel like it's pretty much empty, but just to be sure, I'm going to step away from the camera and I'm going to go empty this in a pan. So I've removed the cover. This has a Torx, but it looks like I can fit one of these sockets on here. I'm going to choose the ratchet for this job in case these look pretty rusted. Just remember, when you're removing the coil, there is a ground wire on this, and it's underneath. They usually just slide off like so. Hopefully you can see that. And that's that. We'll pull it off the spark plug. I'll grab the other one, show it to you. So there's the new coil. This isn't taking very long. And for 175 bucks versus going out to Amazon or to HiPa's store, this is a pretty good deal. And I'm going to change the plug as well. I did not bring a plug wrench out, so I'm just going to stick this one on here for just a few minutes until we get things back together. So we are all tightened up, and now we need to just get the gas tank and put that on. One final thing that I want to do is change the spark plug out. I'm going to use the plug supplied by HiPa. All I have to do is gas this up and put a little non-ethanol gas. I'll lower it to the ground and we'll get her fired up. So here goes the moment of truth. Just got to pump this a couple of times. Maybe 5, 6, something like that. Now let's hope. That lawnmower has not sounded that good in years. I am totally pleased with the HiPa products. I really think that the kit they gave me had everything I needed to do the job. There was a spark plug. I don't have a fuel filter on this, but if I did, actually I could put one in line there. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll take that back apart and do that. That could probably help me in the future. I think the key on some of these small engines, use the non-ethanol gas. That really makes a big difference when they sit around for a while. So I'm going to get out here. I'm going to push this around the lawn a little bit and see if I can make things look a little prettier. You can save yourself a lot of money. As you can see, this probably took me, including getting the tools out and everything, maybe a half hour. And like I said, I heard someone in front of me the other day at one of the shops I stopped at paying $175 for the same job. That's going to wrap it up for Woodruff Woods tonight. I hope you enjoyed this little episode. I hope you'll check out HiPa tools or HiPa equipment. And, you know, if you have a Steel, you have an Echo, you got a Husky, you got a Honda, whatever, check them out. They might have the parts you need, and you can have them, you know, depending on where you're located, maybe next day through Amazon or through their website.